What is a prenup, and are they enforceable?
A prenup is a document which sets out what the parties wish to do in the event that they should uncouple. There are various elements which have to exist for the prenup to have any chance of standing up in front of a judge. First of all, there has to be disclosure within the agreement, financial disclosure. There has to be a complete absence of duress.
Yeah, no coercion from either side.
Undue pressure. It has to be completely arm's length, so both parties should have the benefit of independent legal advice and so on. It also has to be fair. Now, of course, fairness, like beauty, is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So the legal advisors must strive to make that agreement fair, because you ask whether or not they are enforceable. In other words, are they any good? They are certainly a lot of good if they are properly reached at.
Yeah.
Courts do hold parties to their agreement unless there's good reason not to. For example, getting back to non-disclosure of assets within the agreement, if it's manifestly unfair, and also with a prenup, you do have to build in stages for review. So if children come along, if the parties haven't got children at the time they enter into the agreement, and children come along which
will need to be provided for financially.
Provided for. So you build in review clauses to prenups, but they are worth it because it gives an idea as to what the parties' intentions were, obviously, and if fair, if reasonable, court will hold them to that agreement.
And in effect can presumably have a big impact on the negotiations between the parties to financial divorce proceedings, as well as ultimately the judge making a decision if he's forced to make that decision.
Those agreements are a factor in the case. If there's a dispute, if a party says, okay, well, I entered into that prenup, but I don't think I should be held to it for various reasons, you have to plead your case. You have to, confirm that there was an agreement, and you have to give reasons why one party should be held to it and why the other party shouldn't. It's a definite factor in the case, definitely worth doing, providing it's properly done.
No, fine. So we would encourage.
We do, and in fact, they have become increasingly very popular. If that's the right word.
A significant part of your time is involved in advising on both sides of those.
Absolutely, not only prenuptial agreements but also postnuptial agreements.
Okay, go on. What's one of those?
Okay, well,
I get that post is afterwards, by the way.
Well, you probably wonder why people do it. What happens is that, in cases of considerable wealth, clients look for a belt and braces agreement. So you'll have the prenuptial agreement, and you'll have it confirmed by a postnuptial agreement. Some might think that's
immediately after the marriage.
No, you leave it for a year or two,
okay,
perhaps 12 months. Just to reinforce the position upon marriage.
Fair enough. It doesn't sound particularly romantic.
It isn't, but neither is divorce.
No, fair enough.
Neither is divorce, going to court 3 or 4 times to fight over finances. There's nothing romantic about that, and it certainly doesn't do your bank balance any good.